Today on Florida Sportsman Best Boat. For families looking for a boat to provide a multitude of activities, we'll be taking a look at the Stingray 236cc.
It didn't take long for the boat to start to impress me, and I'll tell you why. I'd never been on that type of hull before, but I liked it.
For those who want to fish in the morning and hit the sandbar in the afternoon, we'll be looking at the Glasstream 280 Pro XS.
Glasstream really seems to have hit their stride with their design for boats these days, and this 280 Pro XS is really a boat that you can have a lot of fun on.
And for those inshore anglers thinking of venturing into the offshore world, we'll be taking a look at the Ranger 2510 Bay.
The bow area was a fishing platform all day, but let me tell you, it was very easy to transform that into a layout area to lounge on.
All coming up on Florida Sportsman Best Boat.
Welcome to another episode of Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Once again, we've got three very cool boats to look at this week. I'm very excited. What are we going to look at first, Lori?
Guys, I had so much fun on this Stingray 236cc deck hybrid. I've never been on a boat where it was a deck boat, but this girl was set up for fishing. Trolling motor, we had the power pole, but guess what? We went to the sandbar and had a ball on it too. Great family boat.
I was lucky enough to drive a boat from a company that knew what they were doing a long time ago and were smart enough to stick with it. The Ranger 2510, everything inside has changed, George. They decided it was so blue water capable, they added a second station, they added a big fish box, they added all kinds of stuff to make it more fishable offshore, but they were smart enough not to touch that hull. You ride it once and you'll see why.
Yeah, last but not least, we're going to look at a boat from Glasstream, their 280 Pro XS. Now, we always talk about trying to define what the boat is really good at. I mean, what is this boat's mission? And Glasstream has done a great job at really finding something that a lot of companies have overlooked. They build a fishing boat that's got race boat genes, but they're really catering to the crowd of the new boating crowd is really excited about going out on poker runs and going to the sandbar and going out using the boat, not just for fishing. And they've really drilled down on that with these boats. They're set up for a lot of seating and a lot of comfort. They're still fishable, they're very racy. I think you're gonna like this boat a lot.
I'm excited, let's go see them.
When we return, our hosts take a look at a boat designed for a variety of water activities and comfort, the Stingray 236cc. But first, let's join FS host Lori Hargrave as she speaks about the Optimus 360 joystick control from Suzuki in this week's seminar segment.
I'm here with Nick Safidi today from Nick's Creative Marine. And he's a Suzuki dealer who actually, I think you're like one of the top in the world, but I'm not going to give you a big head here.
We're right up there.
But we're here today to look at the Optimus 360 joystick control, and I'm really excited about it. A little nervous though.
I don't blame you. It's a little intimidating, but it's really easy to use. We're actually using it as we speak. We're using the Seaways Sea Station system where we're holding the boat's position, not only where we're at, but we're also holding our heading. So for the guys that are deep dropping and bottom fishing, they can come here, engage the system, and keep fishing all day. And this Seaways Sea Station comes in with an ingrained built-in autopilot that'll interface and talk to most of your electronics, NEMA 2000, set a waypoint, push a button right here on the display, and the boat will follow your route in place.
Nick, thanks again, buddy. You made it so easy today. I'm not intimidated anymore, and I can't wait to get one on my boat.
You're welcome.
Seriously, if you were really intimidated by big boats, look at the Optimus 360. It's a game changer.
This segment brought to you by FWC, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Boating with family and friends is a great way to enjoy Florida's waterways.
Hey Mom, can I go sit up front?
Yeah, just be careful. But even experienced boaters may not recognize all the risks of improper seating or standing locations.
Okay guys, hold on, here we go.
Bow riding is dangerous. Passengers should only sit in designated seating areas while underway. Be aware and stay safe.
Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Join our hosts as they take a closer look at the Stingray 236cc. Representing the 20 to 26 foot class in the center console category, the Stingray 236cc has an overall length of 23 feet 8 inches, a beam of 8 feet 5 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 300. Designed for cruising the beach or hitting the sandbar, she has a draft of 16 inches, a dead rise of 21 degrees, a dry weight of 3,648 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 68 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about Stingray boats, all right? This is a company that's built their name on building boats like pontoon-style deck boats, like a deck boat, you know, boats built more for like the cruising around, just loving life on the boat, not so much fishing. All right, the 236cc boat that we're on now, this is a 236 hybrid deck boat. I see more hybrid than I see deck boat here.
And I see more than one kind of hybrid, George. The trolling motor on the bow, you can fish it inshore in the mangroves. But look at all the room you've got back here, rod holders everywhere. This boat's ready to go offshore and I'm ready to get there.
All right, Rick, I know you want to get offshore, and so do I. But this boat also has so many amenities for the family for comfort. I'm already comfortable.
Well, do you want to go fishing or you want to lay around?
Well, I want to do both, so let's go fishing.
All right.
And then if I get tired of catching all the fish again, I'm going to come back here and lay down.
All right, let's go see what this boat will do.
You know, Stingray's been building boats for 40 years, but this year is their first venture into the fishing business, and they had a couple of great entries, starting with the 236 we got to take offshore on a beautiful day.
Now, although Stingray changed the entire topside design on this model, one of the things they retained from their original style on these boats is their Z-plane hull. Now, the Z-plane hull is a unique straight design that's more like a series of graduated down-angled chines that really gives the boat a lot of lift and provides you with a super dry ride. This proved to be 100% accurate. This boat rode like a champ. The convenience of having two live wells, one in the bow and one in the stern, really made a difference today. It was much simpler not having to run back and forth with sabikis loaded and hook one another. Just loading the both wells simultaneously made our day go that much easier.
The 236 had a casting platform, but for me, it was the perfect height. I was up there throwing plugs, catching Spanish mackerel. The beach was alive with fish. Everywhere we looked, it seemed like we could see fish popping.
Rick caught a Spanish mackerel, and we realized when the mackerel came to the boat, he did not like what he had for breakfast. That's okay. There was 2 washdowns on the boat, and they were actually right behind the bow seating. So easy access. I took the raw water hose, rinsed down the boat, got everything out of the way. We hooked another bait on and continued. Not only did that console behind the bow hold the hose for the water system, there's a tackle station there. And that allowed me to rig right up at the bow, leaving the stern open for the guys to fish. So another convenient feature where I had the tackle station on my port side, on the starboard side, there's a trash can. Thank you. Who doesn't love a trash can on the boat?
One of the features on the 236 that really jumped out at me at the dock was a unique transom design that they had. This is a walkout platform that really there's not a step between the cockpit deck and there. It's all at one level. Looked like it was going to be really simple to fight a fish around the motor off of this platform.
Another reason the boat worked so well for us on this day was its versatility. We went from offshore to back in the mangroves because it was pre-rigged for a trolling motor. Trolling motor is a deadly weapon around the mangroves, and let me tell you, we could see some snook, couldn't get them to bite.
Time for lunch, time for the sandbar. We get to the sandbar, I get out, the water is clear, had to do a little swimming before I set up for lunch, and that's when I noticed the ladder. The ladder is offset from the motor, which to me says safety. And that is so important. It makes for an easy transition back onto the boat. So I went up to the bow to set up for lunch and immediately noticed how plush these cushions are. And that's when I found out that Stingray uses 4-inch thick foam pads, where your standard is 2 to 3 inches.
Since I spent most of my time at the wheel on the boat this day, one of the things that I really appreciated was the oversized hard top. Now this top provided a lot of shade for me, and it was a hot sunny day. I mean, South Florida weather, it always is, but this day in particular was really hot, and the extension aft made a huge difference in the amount of shade that it provided, and it came in really handy for me on this day.
So all in all, this boat provided fishing, comfort, and fun.
Okay guys, Stingray Boats is celebrating their 40th anniversary. Now we know that this is a company who really built their name on cruising boats and kind of boathouse boats that you'd ride around, maybe even on a lake. And this is a foray into a sport boat that's a serious saltwater fishing boat. What's the verdict?
Oh, I think it passed with flying colors, Cap. It fished so easy. That's what impressed me. If you needed a bait up front, if you needed a bait in the back, if you needed to work a fish around the transom, it really fished easy, and we kept it busy all morning. I tell you right now, if you want a boat that'll do a lot of things, got plenty of real estate for 23 feet, and is a great fishing machine, you need to see the Stingray 236cc.
When we return, our hosts examine a boat that combines performance, comfort, and fishing, the Glasstream 280 Pro XS. This segment brought to you by Engel, the best performance coolers on the market.
Wake up early on your days off. Go on an adventure. Get out on the water. Here at Engel, we live for these days. We think you should spend more time in nature. Let us help you enjoy it. For those that care about quality, who want to get out into the world with a confidence that their gear is going to stand up to the day's challenges, Engel coolers are built for you.
Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Join our hosts as they take a closer look at the Glasstream 280 Pro XS. Representing the 27 to 32 foot class in the center console category, the Glasstream 280 Pro XS has an overall length of 27 feet 8 inches, a beam of 8 feet 5 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 450. Built for open water performance, she has a draft of 18 inches, a dead rise of 24 degrees, a dry weight of 5,900 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 135 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
Okay guys, this boat looks like pure fun. I see sandbar fun, I see going to restaurants on the water with friends and family. I can even see it in a poker run.
A boat is a platform you stand on to catch fish, all right? That's what it is. We've got the rod holders where we need them. We got room in the cockpit. We're going fishing this morning, girl.
Okay, we're gonna do some fishing, but Lori, you definitely hit on something that I want to talk about Glasstream. You remember when we were at Miami Boat Show and we jumped on a couple of these, and how many people do we talk to that were buying these boats just for what Lori's talking about, poker runs, going out for cruises, going to the sandbar, all that, with some light fishing mixed in. This is a versatile boat. We're gonna do a little bit of everything today. You gonna let us do a little bit of fishing?
Yeah, I'm ready. I say let your hair down and let's go have fun, boys.
All right, let's get after it. Today we're looking at the Glasstream 280 Pro XS. Now Glasstream's been bringing us boats for a long time, a number of years, and all of their boats traditionally are built around the basic foundation of a race boat design. The 280 Pro XS is no exception. When I say the 280 Pro XS runs, I'm talking about runs. This boat was twin 200s. I mean, it was unbelievable. The boat motivated into the 50-mile-an-hour range almost immediately, and it was unbelievably fun to drive. Now, something you don't expect with a boat that runs this fast and this hard is fuel economy, and this boat will really surprise you. The Glasstream 280 Pro XS will give you 3.4 miles per gallon at 42 miles an hour cruising, which is absolutely unbelievable. That's going to give you an over 400-mile range with 10% of your fuel to spare at the end of the day. It's hard to argue with those numbers. Now, parking the boat on the sandbar is something that I'm still having a hard time getting used to, but I have to admit, when I went up to the front of this boat to eat my lunch there, that forward seating was very comfortable.
One thing I noticed today about the bow seating was not only was it U-shaped, but it was very long. So if you're going to lay back onto the backrest, you can really stretch out. I wish Rick and Parker were a little bit taller so you could see exactly how long these seats were, but I gotta tell you, they were really nice. And underneath them, you actually have storage compartments. So you've got storage on your port side, storage on your starboard side, and at the very front, another storage unit, which today we use for a cooler. This boat had great storage today. That center console, it lifted up from the front, came completely up. You had the whole entire inside with so much storage, including a head. But let me just tell you how much I could fit in there. I brought beach chairs today, I had the umbrella, I even packed my personal cooler that we had lunch in, and I was able to hide all that into the console. Now on that console door, you have a great plush seat, just for one, but I gotta tell you, really comfortable sitting there. It hugs you with the backrest, and it also allows you to talk to the people that are sitting up at the bow. I think George thought he was behind the wheel of an Indy race car today, because I gotta tell you, he hit that throttle a few times. That stern seating held up. Not only was it really comfortable, but we had safety rails and a really nice backrest.
Like just about all the Glasstreams we've had, the 280 Pro XS had a wonderful cockpit, okay? The tackle storage was great. It had all the room that you needed to get from rod to rod. There was nothing in the way, and twin live wells were keeping baits alive for us. We were in great shape to fish, but sometimes grandkids get impatient, and mine were. We had found a wreck in close to the beach, so Parker couldn't wait to go snorkel. So it was a quick ride with burning almost no fuel. Before you know it, we were back in on the beach, anchored over the wreck, and he was in the water.
So the stern ladder, really unique today, and I love the idea of this. You didn't see it on the boat. On the stern, there's just a small little bracket. So when you're ready for the ladder, and like today, whether we were snorkeling or at the sandbar, it was really easy to set up. All you have to do is slide the ladder into the bracket. It's there. When you're done, slide it back out, and now you've got a super clean look on the boat. Guys, what an incredible day today on this Glasstream. You got your fishing in, I got my sandbar in, and I know you guys are gonna talk about how this boat rode, but I gotta tell you, how fun was the ride today?
You know, every Glasstream they brought us over the years has had the same thing going for it. They run on pure adrenaline.
You know, these boats are built on race boat heritage, and every time you get on one, you're reminded of that. This was a cool boat to run today.
The Glasstream 280 XS is a family hot rod.
When we come back, our hosts step aboard a boat designed for the serious angler, inshore and offshore, the Ranger 2510 Bay. This segment brought to you by Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
An entirely new species of extreme predator is moving offshore. The Yamaha 5.6-liter V8 XTO offshore outboard. Extreme big block thrust and power in the industry's first direct injection 4-stroke. Quiet, efficient, powerful, and proven Yamaha reliability. More than an outboard, it's a fully integrated power system. The all-new Yamaha V8 XTO offshore.
Welcome back to Florida Sportsman Best Boat. Join our hosts as they check out the Ranger 2510 Bay. Representing the bay boat category, the Ranger 2510 Bay has an overall length of 24 feet 7 inches, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a max horsepower rating of 400. Engineered for serious fishing and versatility, she has a draft of 14 inches, a dead rise of 14 degrees, a dry weight of 3,600 pounds, and a fuel capacity of 97 gallons. Now, let's hear more from our hosts.
All right, guys, the only thing I know about Ranger boats is I can remember my dad in the 80s. We went on one bass fishing at Lake Okeechobee, and it was a little aluminum boat. I'm super excited to be here today and see what the saltwater series is about, because like I said, all I think of is bass fishing.
Well, you should be excited. The saltwater series has been around for a while, and they build great bay boats, and the 2510 is one of their standards. What they've done this year is make it much more offshore capable. This thing's ready to go sail fishing right now.
And something else they've changed about the boat too, Lori, you're going to appreciate later, is they've made it a lot more family friendly too. When we pull the cushions out and set this up to go to the sandbar and eat lunch, you're going to see a really family friendly design.
I'm excited. This boat looks like it's going to be a beast inshore and offshore.
Some things stood out to me that made the new Ranger 2510 into a little bit different class. It's still a bay boat, but boy, you don't give up much offshore capability. A big rocket launcher live well held plenty of live baits for us, and one of my favorite things, oh my gosh, the second station.
Now this wasn't just a half little kind of trying to be a tower, this is an actual offshore tower. A tower built for 2 people to sit in, and a tower with full controls, electronics, and plenty of room to move around. Now this is going to be really useful if you're offshore, spending a lot of time up there trying to find fish. This is a real blue water tower. Now one of the benefits of having a tower built as sturdily as this one was the ability to attach outriggers. This boat featured Taco 380 carbon fiber poles, which are real blue water outriggers. This is going to take your game to an entirely different level. You're able to deploy a spread of troll baits or live baits and get some distance between them and actually fish like a real blue water center console.
You want your baits to slosh around as little as possible. One good place to put them is right behind the helm, near the transom of the boat. They're easy to get to. And let me tell you, when you've got a glass lid like we had on the Ranger 2510, you can see in a minute how your baits are doing even while you're running. There's nothing more discouraging than running to a new spot, opening up the live well, and finding out that all your baits have died.
Now, since you're going to be taking your 2510 out to the blue water to fish, you're going to need a fish box capable of handling a catch that you're going to encounter out there in that blue water, and Ranger's got you covered with that. This boat has a 320 quart insulated box and a 120 quart insulated box, which is more than enough space to keep anything you're going to catch on a boat like this. Now, the 2510 has a lot of storage, and among that storage, there's two 9-foot rod lockers in the bow, port and starboard. These rod lockers feature a patented power ventilation system which circulates airflow throughout the storage area. Now, this is really handy if you've got a lot of gear stored in there and your rods. This is going to help keep mildew from growing up inside these compartments and keep your gear fresh all the time.
The bow area was a fishing platform all day, but let me tell you, it was very easy to transform that into a layout area to lounge on. What was unique about the cushion setup is when you put it all down, they actually all Velcroed together. No snaps, Velcro, which was nice because we've all had that one cushion just randomly fly off when we're in high speed. Well, not today, because having them Velcroed together, it became one whole unit. Another great family feature on this boat, the console. You have the option of putting a head in there. If not, more storage, which we all of us moms know that we can use every bit of storage on the boat. Ranger did a great job turning this bay boat into a family-style boat. They didn't take any part of the fishing away from it, but let me tell you, they made sure that the family's gonna go along with them. Inshore, offshore, whatever the case will be, the family's gonna be comfortable. Well, Rick, George, the boat did not disappoint me at all today, and I gotta say, it has come a long way from that aluminum Ranger that I rode on with my dad.
Well, I gotta tell you, I had high expectations for the boat. They first came out with this hull, the 2510 hull, in 2015, but this year it's got a whole new personality. I mean, when we were offshore, having the second station, having the outriggers, everything, it is a completely different feeling to it.
All they did was a couple of little simple changes to it to make it more effective as an offshore tool, and they really turned it into a blue water boat. I mean, the thing performed just exactly the way you want a boat to fish offshore. And, you know, we brought it back inside here and got to do a little bit of fishing in the backwater too. They definitely expanded the offshore capabilities of this boat.
It's always been a great bay boat. Now it's a great all-around boat.
Guys, we had 3 beautiful days and 3 beautiful boats this week, and I can't wait for next week.
Me neither, Lori. Hey, listen, if you'd like any more information about the boat you saw this week or any boat you see on Florida Sportsman Best Boat, visit us at floridasportsman.com.
Or we'll see you next week on another episode of Florida Sportsman Best Boat.